Welcome. In this video, we're going to do an unboxing and component overview of the Vampire the Masquerade Rivals expandable card game published by Renegade Game Studios. So down at the table, we've got the core box and some extra components. So I'll put timestamps down below. We'll start with the core box and then get in closer to some tokens and token upgrades, card sleeves and additional cards, and several different play mats for the game and each faction. So Rivals, go ahead and get the shrink wrap off of this one. Take a better look at the box. So we've got some great art, and this is based on a role-playing game from the world of Darkness. And this is not a solo game, so ages 14 and up, 2 to 4 players, 30 to 70 minutes. So rule the night. When the sun sets, the undead awaken. To take their hunger, they feed upon the herd of unaware mortals. Right beneath our noses, the kindred clash against their rivals as they vie for control of the city of San Francisco and the coveted title of the Prince. Vampire the Masquerade Rivals is an expandable card game, much like a living card game, for 2 to 4 players based on a popular role-playing game set in the world of darkness. Each player assumes the leadership of a coterie of vampires, using them to advance their agendas, claim titles, recruit new vampires, and perform other tasks, possibly risking confrontations by taking to the streets. Complete your agenda or eliminate your rival and claim your rightful place of power over the city. This core set includes 4 complete ready-to-play vampire decks featuring different clans: Toreador, Ventru, Bruya, and Malkavian. Everything up to 4 players needs to begin their own schemes for dominations. It's an expandable card game. New vampires, clans, and strategies are released regularly to delve deeper into the world of darkness. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. So power up your game. A little flyer for some other games: Power Rangers, Clank, Raiders, and Kids on Bikes. We've got our rule book. So turn sequence and attack sequence on the back. This is going to be about 18 pages. Starting with our contents, got a glossary right off the bat. What's the game all about? Going over setup, Havens, the city deck. So like many 2 to 4 player competitive games, lots of things to go over to start with. Got some attack examples, different disciplines, and specific card clarifications. Then we have our tokens, and they're going to be your standard size cardboard for that. Then we have the rest of our agenda, rival tokens over here that we can easily punch out. Some baggies for storage. Then we have some dividers, so we can easily separate our agendas, different factions, city decks, havens, miscellaneous, and the other 2 factions. And since this is a card game, we've got a lot of cards to look at. So everything punched out, we'll start looking at the cards, starting with our player aids. So you can see they go over our turn sequence, which is just 3 items: beginning phase, action phase, and end phase. And on the back side of each of these, they go over the attack sequence in that process. Then we have our city deck of cards, and it's going to have events and mortals in it. So the events are just going to be special things that come out. So we got San Francisco, the street party, hunger, meeting in Alcatraz. So just some different things going on. Then our mortals come in with their health and the agenda they'll give us, because that's one of the 2 ways to win in this game: getting, I believe it's 13 agenda, or taking out your rival. So I've got a cop, an addict, skateboarder, student, tour guide, Prince of the City card, Special Affairs Division has a few, and then some vagrants. So there's our city cards. And we'll take a look at our first faction deck. So we're going to have the faction symbol, their blood potency, then some attributes: physical, social, and mental, and then different disciplines. But on the back, they are in different colors. So with the yellow background, that's going to be our basic library of cards. Then we're going to have one Haven card, one agenda card, and then our faction deck, which is going to be our main characters. So we've got Lixu Chin, Belafort, Muhammad Zada, and I'm going to butcher some of these names, but we can just see what we've got here. Different health and abilities. Then for our agenda, playthings, when a character in your coterie attaches a citizen retainer, gain an agenda. If you reach 13, you win. Then our Haven card, we're at the penthouse, +1 to secrecy. And then our library cards. So biting comment, backhanded compliment, the balance of power, baseball bat, beauty is a beast, free money, the influencer, irresistible voice, lightning strike, mercy, rain on your parade. We've got to have a search engine. Some seduction, it's vampires, of course, and steal the spotlight. So that's our first of 4 factions. Next, we'll take a look at the Ventrue vampires. Separate all these stacks. So we've got Randolph, Stevie, Bruno, Zhang, Mr. White, and Nancy Witt. Then our agenda card, Haven, we're at the Royal Retreat, and our base cards, asserting our authority, burning down the house, demanding some obedience, dignity of the office, fragmented mind, some greed, Herald, incite a rebellion, keeper of the Elysium, kneecapped, know your place, late night snack, long-term investment, mercy, power play, primogen, Siniskull, the sheriff, and slap in the face. Next up, the Malkavian. Got Governor, Bad Penny, Inmate, Velvet, Karma, Lolita, and the Street Preacher. Then for our agenda, the end is nigh. Haven, the Madhouse. Then our basic library, 38 special. All tied up. Burning down the house. Cloak of Shadows, demand obedience, destroy the plans, everything is connected, faulty logic, fragmented mind, a holdout dagger, insanity defense, kneecapped, lost glory, Molotov cocktail, scry the soul, unhinged, and the Whispering Campaign. And the last of our pre-constructed decks, the Bruja faction. All right, starting with Hydra, then the Cossack, and Brother, Beretta, Johnny, Skunk, and Sweetums. Our agenda is a turf war. And then our Haven's the House of Pain. And then our basic library, 38 special, a baseball bat, Coupe de Grace, Fleetness, free money, a gang up, incite a rebellion, lightning strike, lost glory, Molotov cocktail, primogen, rain on your parade, scoped, 30-06, seduction, slap in the face, smoke 'em out, sucker punch, Terrorize, the Spoils, and a Throat Rip. Never a good thing to happen. Then we have a 63 card crypt, so we can customize those decks. So we'll go ahead and separate those out from our basic library. More faction, vampires, agenda cards, and havens. So we'll take a look at these extra havens. Got the Artist Lofts, an old post office, the dockyards, and Dragon Roost. Then more agendas. Drain them slowly, hunt the hunters, manipulate the masses, and strength in numbers. Then factions. We've got June, Yusuf, Doc, Jesus, Flick, Shades, Bongcha, and Bunny. And our regular cards. Drive By, Blood for Blood, PR Firm, Fame and Fortune, Distraction, Dumpster Dive, had to do that a couple times, Royal Review, A Marked Man, Hedge Your Bets, First Tradition, The Masquerade, The Mighty Fall, Humiliate, The Last Word, Emergency Blood Bag, Unswayable Mind, Cineskull, and Sheriff. So that is everything in the core set. So go ahead and take a look at the extras. First item we'll look at is our Season 0 kit. So this is going to come with how you can set up your own league and getting that set up and how a gameplay will go. Then we have some cards for that. And we have 12 faction cards. All these are going to be smoke. So a Bruja Vampire. So some giveaways for this kit. And of course our nice playmat. Nice neoprene there with the leader of our 4 factions. Then we have 5 more playmats. 1 for the city and then 1 of each of the factions from the core set. So first up, the city playmat, and we'll take a close-up look here so you can see the edges, how they're stitched, and bright artwork. Then we'll take a look at the Toreadors. Go ahead and flop that out. Very nicely colored and bright. And the Ventru, go ahead and get these out of the way so we can lay it flat for you. Taking a good look at that. Next, the Bruja. Bringing that one out to look at. I just need to roll these the other directions, and that typically fixes that problem. And lastly, the Malkavian. So that's it for our playmats. Then for our sleeves, for each faction, we've got a stack of 55 cards. And each pre-constructed deck has 49 in them. Then for our city deck, they have a different back. So these are going to be comparable to your typical premium sleeves. So I'll go ahead and just put a card in here so you can see how they look and feel. Or not so much how they feel anyway, but how they fit at least. There's for the basic cards, and just using the same one for the city. So, feel pretty good. Then each faction gets their own faction bag for their tokens. So we've got the Toreadors first. So nice embroidered emblem on one side. Like I said, it's not a huge bag, but it's going to do its purpose and hold our tokens. And the Ventru, the Malkavian, and Broya. Then our token upgrades to get out of the cardboard tokens. to get some plastic ones. So this is going to be the blood and prestige for each. So it does not count for the other tokens in the game. So we've got all our colored factions there. See if I can get a closer view of those for you. So not scratching, not totally centered on those, but they are going to last a bit longer than the cardboard probably. And lastly, we have some alternate art cards, or that's what they're supposed to be. So we've got Hydra's alternate art compared to the core set. Then the Governor. And Miss Chin. And Randolph. Alternate art and the core set. And then they also give us a smoke, but I believe that's the same artwork. So just giving you one copy of a promo card, I guess. And that is going to be everything from Vampire the Masquerade Rivals Expandable card game. As always, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.